Hello, it's Danny Barnes, Director of Agent Relations with Excellence Realty. Hope everybody's doing great. Just wanted to let everybody know I'm here with Titus Lennon. Very excited for him to spend some time with us today. And Titus, I believe, joined a company a few months ago and got to know him a little better. And I'm not a huge tech guy, but he's always stumping me on some of the tech stuff and some questions. But our broker is always here to help too. So, Titus, thanks for joining. Just a few questions. How did you hear about Excellence Realty?
Okay, so when I was with my other brokerage, I knew someone else was with the brokerage, and when I seen on Facebook that they left for Excellence, naturally I became intrigued because, I couldn't understand at that time why he would leave. So I went to the website, did some research, and that's when I found that it was 100% commission. And at that time, I didn't really know that that was a real thing. The only 100% commission that I heard of was you cap, and then you make 100% commission.
Right.
And so I was going through it, and it kept reiterating 100%, 100%. That intrigued me, and that kind of.
I agree. I remember when I joined, I didn't think it was real, and a lot of my friends were at Excellence Realty and wanting me to come over sooner, and I hesitated, and I really should have listened to them. But that day, I think you've closed a deal or one deal. You're getting ready to close another one, and our realty back office system for transaction management's incredible. We get paid at closing, and that first check really is 100%. So I'm sure you were happy about that.
Yeah, I closed on a deal. Got the DA approved. It was pretty fast. I'm closing on something next week. Just got that approved. Very seamless. I will say that. So I know for a fact with that first deal that is 100%. And
right.
I hadn't experienced that.
How was your transition from the former company to Excellence Realty?
It was good. I mean, I think initially it was overwhelming because with the other company, everything, all of my systems were set up in there. So even for a minute, I was just thinking, wow, am I really ready to do this?
Right.
But I talked to my wife, and it was just one of those things where, and honestly, I just had a real conversation, and it was just, my family deserves to get 100% of what I'm doing, and that was the thought process. Like, I have to figure this out. I have to transition because they deserve 100%. I don't want to do 100% of the work and then give them 60, 70%. It just didn't make sense.
One of our agents just has the best line: 100% effort deserves 100% reward. So, I've been doing this for a long time. 100% companies weren't around when I started, but we really have all the bells and whistles. We have an amazing broker, full support, technology training, in-house mortgage, titles coming. So we really have full support for our agents. And for me, the transition was very simple. And, I'm definitely happy I made the move. But what surprised you the most about our platform or Excellence Realty?
I think so. I just messaged Javier something before I got on because I have a question. I think I can't speak for all brokerages, but I didn't feel like I had direct access to the broker with the last company. Maybe I just didn't know. Maybe there was, and I didn't know it. And so I think to be able to ask questions and get a response fast, it's one of those things where it's easy to give, when someone asks, when you feel like if you ask, they'll give it back.
Right.
Then there was a moment where on the platform, he had offered a lead that was local. And so I got a lead off of that, that I'm working with. And so it's just things like that. I never experienced that. And so it feels like I can reach out and touch different things. Whereas before I felt like, nothing is obtainable, nothing is, arm's length.
Right.
So,
I started in 2002, and there'd be times where I couldn't reach my broker for a long time. They'd be out of the office or at lunch, or our virtual office is incredible. It's almost there's a kind of an instant messenger thing where even when our broker was in Europe, he was answering questions. And yes, we're in Lakeland and he's in Miami, but we have technology, and our virtual office is incredible. So a lot of times Titus might ask me a question. If I don't know it, we'll go directly to Javier, or simply go directly to Javier. So it is an incredible system. I've worked with a lot of great brokers. They've all been good. But I can honestly say Javier is always there for us. What do you think about well, we kind of talked about support, but our coaching, training, tech?
Well, I've started utilizing the excellence marketing. Um, I like that it's accessible. Just having the template and just being able to go there to create a Facebook ad, Facebook post. I've even created a flyer that I use with a credit repair specialist that I work with, and just being able to just create something, change some information, and then just have it.
Right.
And not having to go and it's all right there all in one, rather than trying to find an exterior format or platform to have to go create something. So those type of things, it's one of those things where you don't realize the benefit until you need it. And then I think, oh, let me go to Excellence Marketing and go create it real fast.
Yeah, we just launched that a couple months ago, about a month ago. I mean, I'm old school. I can remember struggling with, do I have to pay this person to, that has Photoshop? I mean, Excellence Marketing is incredible. You can do anything you want to in there. Your broker's opens, open houses, door hangers, flyers. It's absolutely an incredible tool that we just launched. And we just to talk a little more, we do have 2 to 3 coachings or trainings per week. And, once a month here, we meet in Lakeland for breakfast and get to meet with everybody. But, we have amazing tech here, and just launched Excellence Marketing, and it is really incredible. One of our agents I helped yesterday for the first time. She's already created 3 different, flyers for her open house this weekend, and a few other ones. So, and it's easy. I mean, everything's really simple at Xcellence Realty. Would you suggest Xcellence Realty to your other peers or other realtors?
Yeah. I've talked with some. I did bring a couple on, and I just, when I had the conversation, I just try to be real, and I simply say, does your family deserve 100%? I think that everyone has their preference, and it's okay. It depends on what you're looking for. But for me, with most people I talk to, it's hard to get past that question. And, so if they're not interested, that's perfectly fine. But it is a real question. The question is, do you deserve 100%?
Right.
And it's hard to say no.
We work hard for our commissions.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think that's the thing, because everyone knows you need a good support system, but at the end of the day, you're going to get out what you put in.
Yeah.
And when you realize that, and you're putting in, and you're working a deal. I mean, I had a deal that took 2 months to close because there was so many issues. So to get to that point and then maybe get 70%, it just matters. And so when you get the 100% and then you multiply that, it becomes life-changing numbers.
Right. And the other thing is, I mean, I've been with a lot of traditional firms, and I got my license in 2006. A lot of them had franchise fees. How much money did I give away over a 10-year period? And I added it up one time, and it was well north of $100,000. I could have done a lot of stuff with that, more marketing, advertising, lead gen, invested, more vacations. how you've been in a little over a year, maybe a year and 3 months or so.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, I mean, I was in it, just take 10 years and do the math on that. That's a lot of money. Um, are you happy, finally, are you happy with the move to Excellence Realty?
Yes. Yes, I'm happy. You know, when you make a move, you want to always feel like you made the right move. And I'll bump into peers that are with X company, Y company, and I never feel like I made a mistake.
Right.
And I also don't look at anyone and feel any kind of way. I understand everybody has their preference, but I do feel like, okay, when it comes to me and my family, I'm happy. I'm happy. Like I said, I got a closing coming next week. Just knowing that the math is simple.
Right.
This is what I make. I do the math. This is what I make. It's not, let me subtract this. Oh, I didn't pay that. Let me do this. Let me do that. That makes me feel comfortable, because when I look at my wife and I look at my kids and I know I'm getting 100%, that's what we do it for.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule, and I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Titus.